I just want to share something very quickly. I feel like it's something that I've downloaded, and I need to put it out there, right? Find out what it actually resonates, and who knows, it may actually help somebody, right? So I want to talk about the heart. I want to talk about the heart and the image of the heart that I have in my head right now. You know, you picture this house, right, in the hood. This house, whenever you walk past it, there are these dogs, right? They come to the gate and they're like barking at you, right? Barking like viciously, all right? In your mind, you're like, damn, if that gate was to open up, it'd be chaos, it'd be crazy. All right, but here's the thing. These are different type of dogs, right? You got these big dogs that I'm afraid of. Then there are these cute little dogs. You know the ones I'm talking about. They could do no harm, right? That's the image I got, all right? And obviously you have the owner of the house, right? He controls the gate. So basically decides, I'm gonna let this guy loose, right? This big dog loose, and let's see what happens. Right? I'm gonna run for my life. Okay, should the owner decide to do that? The owner can also decide, okay, I'm gonna let this cute little one out. So depending on what comes out that gate, all right, I'd either run or I'd chill. Who controls the gate is the owner of the house. I'm getting somewhere, bear with me, all right? So that's the image of the heart that I have right now. So these big dogs represent the evil that's in our hearts, right? And these cute little dogs represent the good. So in essence, what I'm trying to say is the heart is a home, right? That holds a lot of good and a lot of evil. It's all up in there, just trying to come out. Depending on the situation that you're facing or the circumstances, whatever is happening in your day, whatever is happening in your life, in your relationship, in your marriage, whatever it may be, there's always the battle between good and evil. Stuff that's trying to come out of your heart already. This stuff resides in your heart. Now I'm gonna mention the scripture in the Bible. It says, guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it flows the issues of life. And for the longest time, I thought, this is the image I had of guarding my heart. I'm not gonna let you come close to me. I'm not gonna give you my heart. I'm gonna set my boundaries. I wanna talk to a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep a small circle, and that way I'm guarding my heart. Almost like guarding your heart from a heartbreak, right? But here's how I see it now. For out of it flows the issues of life. This scripture is not saying I'm supposed to guard my heart against what comes in. There's stuff in your heart already. Nothing is trying to go in there. But for out of it flows the issues of life. Stuff is trying to come out. Stuff that's going to mess up your life. Stuff that may make good or mess up your life is trying to come out. All right. And your job, like the house owner, is to make sure the gate is closed, first and foremost. Secondly, you decide which dog is going to come out. All right. That's how you guard your heart. You decide what's going to come out. You decide what's going to stay in there. All right. And I believe we do this sometimes, subconsciously so. We just don't know that that's what we be doing. You know what I'm saying? Imagine the time you almost killed somebody, as in like literally, you know what I'm saying? Because they pissed you off so much. You're like, dude, you don't know me like that. You know what I'm saying? But then you choose to chill out. I'm actually going to forgive them and let it go. You just guarded your heart against what could have potentially ruined your life, right? So that's what that scripture was saying the whole time. I didn't know. Same stuff that happens in our relationships, in our homes, and the stuff that leads to divorce and blood flows out of the heart. You know what I'm saying? It's the evil that's always been inside that you chose to let out, and it caused damage. And how do we end up with good and the evil in our heart? I believe it's a process that starts at a very young age. Ever seen a little baby just like lose their mind, just like lose their cool? They can't even utter what they're trying to say, what they feel inside. But all they can do is pinch you or scratch you in the face, all right? A young baby, all right? Where that come from? You asking yourself that, like, where that come from, all right? So I believe that the heart houses that stuff. And it could be the stuff that we see, you know what I'm saying? The environments that we grow up in. Our mind is just taking stuff in. We then process it down here. You know what I'm saying? There's good, there's evil, place. You know what I'm saying? All the good that you see, all the evil that you see in the world, then comes and just resides in the heart, and it's like a port. You know what I'm saying? It's just boiling with evil, with good. But then your responsibility, guard your heart, is to make sure you keep that lid on top of that port. All right? You only open it up when you want to let something out. And that stuff better be good. I don't know whether it actually resonates, but that's just what I downloaded. All right? And I'm going to leave it y'all.